And a good evening to you. Welcome to High School Wrestling. Todd Guestford and Tom Moss here with you at the competition gym here at Winterset High School, where our Winterset girls wrestling team kicking off their home slate of their season tonight as they take on the Clarke Community Indians. Now, originally, this was supposed to be a match with Carlisle, but a lot has happened in the last 24 hours. Carlisle was not able to bring enough kids. I don't know. I don't know the exact reason. I don't know if it was illness or what it was, but they were not able to make it. So Nick Mulder, Winterset's very fine activities director, went to work, and he got the folks from Clarke Community Schools to agree to come up here. I think last night about 8 o'clock or so. I think this finally got finalized. But the Clarke Community Indians are here, and their head coach Doug Heberlin, and we're really happy that they're here. And I'm really happy to have Mr. Tom Moss up here in the broadcast booth with me. Tom, nice to meet you. Look forward to working with you tonight. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I am a huge supporter of wrestling, and am just tickled to be here and watching the girls start with their first action of the year. And
you're part of some of the boards and the clubs that support wrestling. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I am the president of the Winterset Girls Wrestling Club. We are the financial backers and support for all programs, pre-K through 12th grade in the school. We recently had our fundraiser tournament this past Saturday, had almost 185 girls at our tournament, which, is exciting for an exciting statement for the future of girls wrestling.
Yeah, that's great. And, you talk about girls wrestling, and we were talking about it off air. I think it's great that the state finally sanctioned it, because it is not only, as I was saying in high school, around the country, Tom, it's one of the hottest sports in the country right now.
Nationwide, it is the fastest growing sport in high school.
And so of course, Winterset has a great wrestling program. The boys have been really good for many, many years. Ryan Jensen and the boys have they start their season tonight. They're up in Adel taking on ADM and Carlisle in a big triangular meet up there tonight. And I know there's quite a few folks from Winterset that are making the trip up to Adel tonight. That should be pretty interesting up there, especially that Winterset-Carlisle match, Tom.
Yes. Carlisle has 2 number 1 ranked kids. Winterset has 1 number 1 ranked kid, and it should be a real barn burner.
Yeah, hopefully we're not sure how we're going to pull that off, but hopefully we can get some updates. We were kind of speculating on the order of how they'll wrestle down there tonight, and you and Alan and I were talking about it. And we kind of think maybe it'll be Adel and Carlisle in the first match, and then Winterset and Carlisle in the third match, and then ADM and Winterset in the last match. So, but we don't know that. It remains to be seen.
That's up to the coaches. They'll figure that out.
Speaking of coaches, Winterset is under the direction of Jacob England. He's the girls' wrestling coach, and just a short time ago, I had a chance to talk with Coach England and get his thoughts about tonight's match with Clarke. And I'm joined now by Winterset head coach Jacob England as the Winterset girls wrestling team taking on the Clarke Community Indians tonight. It was supposed to be Carlisle, but things happen, and Jacob, we'll just start with that. Lots gone on here in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a little insane, to be honest with you, but thankful that Clarke was able to bring their girls, get them at weight, and be able to have some matches for us tonight. So, I have to thank Nick Mulder for all his hard work, Winterset Schools for getting someone here. As a coaching staff, and as a community, we're extremely appreciative of what Nick and the community has done, and the Winterset Schools.
So, Coach, we won't have as many matches tonight as we would like. We're only going to have 4 varsity matches, and we'll have some exhibition matches. But, what from the kids that we're going to see tonight, and just, you had a really intense practice last night, but just what are you looking for from your team tonight?
So, absolutely. One of the matches that we're going to have, Ellie Michelson, she is a freshman, and she is just starting, but I really want to see what she can provide to the team. I believe she has some great assets to her. Of course, we always love to see Lily Reinert going out there and competing. We always want her to be going. Then we have Michaela Stanley and Stella Evans that's going out there. They're brand new to the sport, but really want them to grow and see different perspectives when wrestling and different styles. So really excited for that. And then the exhibition matches with Jill Newsom, a really great athlete, raw, still learning the sport, but just is a heck of an athlete. And then got Paige Brockemeyer. She's been in the program for the last year. Extremely dedicated. Really love to see her. Bristol Tadlock. A lot of people know her. She's just a nail. She absolutely is a leader in our room. Is really growing, and can't wait to see more of her. And Leah Brownlee, she's been in the program for the last year. Absolutely learning more, growing, and excited to see all these girls compete.
And Coach, you've been working hard in practice. What are some of the things from the practice mat that you want to see out here in the bright lights tonight? Sure.
So one of the things that we've been really preaching is trying to set up shots, trying to move. Sometimes, especially with new wrestlers, they've been a little bit hesitant or not wanting to take shots or not wanting to move their body, what we call going stiff. And we don't want them to go stiff. We want them to be limber. We want them to be moving around, taking multiple shots, trying to see different things, trying different things instead of being timid on the mat.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Looking forward to it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And that was Winterset head coach Jacob England talking with me just a few minutes ago about the matchup tonight with the Clarke Community Indians. I know he's really anxious. They have been working hard in practice, Tom. I know he talked about it in the interview there, but he's really anxious to see how aggressive his girls will be tonight.
Yes, I had the pleasure to sit in and watch practice here a week ago tomorrow, and they looked ready to roll. So I'm excited to see what happens there. And I know both Jacob and Tyson Bowman, the assistant coach.
They wrestled for you years ago.
They wrestled for me when I was assistant coach years ago, and I know they will show up ready to wrestle tonight.
Okay, well, let's talk about, we've got a moment here, let's talk about, there are some big rule changes this year in high school wrestling, and they've kind of, Boone has kind of gone a little bit more towards the collegiate way of doing things. And the first thing we can talk about, Tom, is a takedown now is no longer 2 points, it's 3 points.
Correct. That change at the collegiate level certainly spurred more action on the mat, and I look forward to seeing how that translates onto the mat at the high school level.
Yeah, higher scoring matches for sure. Huh?
Yeah, yes, and you got to work harder because it takes more effort to recover from a takedown in the first period. Right.
So that's number one in no exact order here, but. Another rule change is talk about near falls a little bit, and 2 second near fall is now 2 points. 3 second near fall is 3 points, and 4 second is 4 points. If I have that correct.
Yes, that is correct. That certainly makes it easier for the ref. If he makes 2 swipes, that's 2 points. If he makes 3, that's 3. 4 is 4, as opposed to in years past, you needed to hold them at that 45-degree criteria for a full 5 seconds to get 3 points.
Right. So those are some big changes, and those are those are some rules that, again, that they have kind of adapted at the collegiate level, and the high school is kind of going along with that, right?
A couple years behind, yes, but they've decided that it works, and now it's time for the lower levels to see how that works.
So yeah, that's going to be another interesting thing to watch for sure. So and the fans will be able to. When it's 2 for 2 and 3 for 3 and 4 for 4, the fans will be able to follow it a lot easier too, won't they?
Yes. Scoring traditionally has been a little bit hard to follow if you're not a regular fan, and I'm excited that those changes make it a little easier to follow. So.
And the other big one, and this is the last rule change that I'm aware of. If there's some other ones I'm not aware, but the other one is about point of contact. And what we mean by that is when a wrestler, you have the wrestling circle out there. When a wrestler is, if they're tied up out there outside the circle, the rule used to be that in high school you had to have 2 points of contact inside the circle. Now it's 1, Tom, but the 1 has to be connected to the mat, if I have that correct.
On the mat, inside the ring, yes.
And, again, that's like you say, a couple years behind from what they're doing at the collegiate level, correct?
Collegiate level's done that way for a while now, for quite a long time, and it's exciting to see the wrestlers now able to use the entire mat. That is what that allows. Wrestling's a sport of leverage and body placement and things like that. And if you can get that 1 foot out to turn him, that allows more action in the ring.
Yeah. So you feel like that's another good rule change, right?
I do. I like that. Yes.
Okay. So those are the rule changes, the big rule changes, I believe, this year for high school wrestling, and like Tom, like you were saying, I think with watching the collegiate wrestling that I've watched here, I'm a big Iowa State guy, but I appreciate the Hawks, and of course I know what Cale's doing over there in Happy Valley, but the 3-point the 3-point takedown was really a big change last year.
Right. To understand that if you get taken down, the most you can recover is 2 of those 3 points. That creates a constant flow of action.
Right, because it used to be you take take somebody down for 2, then they reverse it real quick, and you're back to even, basically.
Right. So this is an exciting change.
All right. Well, we are looking forward to our girls' matches to start here. Our official Rich Powers is here. We're slated for about a 5:30 start. We're going to have 4 exhibition matches tonight. We're going to start with those, and the first one's going to be at 190. Leah Brownlee will wrestle for Winterset, and Leah is a sophomore. And she's going to wrestle against Yaritzi Avilés, a young lady for Clarke, and she's a freshman. So that's going to be the first exhibition match at 190. Then at 110, it's going to be Jill Newsom for Winterset. Jill is a freshman, and she'll be taking on Macy Davis, who's a junior for Clarke. That's at 110. Then at 125, Paige Brockemeyer, a sophomore, is going to be wrestling for Winterset against Isabel Hay. And Isabel is also a sophomore. That's at 125. Then at 135, our final exhibition match will be Bristol Tadlock. Bristol's a sophomore, and she will be wrestling against Allison Corona. So those are our 4 exhibition matches. And then of course, you have 14 varsity slots, but unfortunately, tonight only 4 of them we're going to actually have wrestling at, Tom. And you heard Coach England talk about Ellie Michelson. This is her first varsity. This is her first match tonight. She's a freshman, and he's really looking to see what she can do against Macy Davis, a junior, at 115. That should be interesting.
That it will be an exciting match. Ellie's father helps coach the youth groups, so it is she's going to come in with some hidden experience that most freshmen don't have.
All right, and then at 125, Lily Reinard, sophomore, is going to be going up against Isabel Hay. At 135, Michaela Stanley. Michaela is a freshman. That'll be 135 against Allison Corona. And then our other varsity match will be at 190. It'll be Stella Evans, the sophomore, taking on Janelle Salinas, who is a senior for Clarke. So I think we are just about ready to get started here. Looks like Leah Brownlee is putting her headgear on at the scores table. And here comes Yaretsi Alvarez for Clarke. And we're ready to go. And Tom, of course, much more knowledgeable in wrestling than Todd is, so Tom will have you interject here when everybody watching it on video here, but they're kind of locked up right now. And Coach England talking about wanting his wrestlers to look for an opportunity and take a shot.
Yep. The important name of the game here is to be aggressive at all times, to find the angles that allow you to make that shot, keeping your elbows down so your opponent doesn't get underneath you. When they do get underneath you, spreading, blocking with your hands and head, and that's what we're looking for here on the mat.
And what's Leah trying to do out there right now? Looks like she's trying to go under.
Leah's got a collar tie. She's looking to control the opponent, and as she circles, she should be looking for a leg, looking to lower a level and pick a leg up.
And Alvarez has got a hold of Leah Brownlee's right leg here, trying to see if she can get her on the ground. Leah's
trying to sprawl back and get that leg away. Yep.
Did a good job to get out of that, didn't she?
Absolutely.
So now the official Rich Powers will stop it for a moment, as it's
Looks like we got some headgear
issues for Clarke. Alvarez is ready to go, so we'll continue here. Got about 46 seconds to go in period number 1. No score in this exhibition match. And we're glad you're with us here on the W Digital Network. Alan Hansen here tonight, providing all the great pictures for you. It's kind of a feeling out period here a little bit, Tom, just trying to figure out where to make a move, or are we getting a little tired here in the first period?
Typically there's a little bit of movement, especially in the upper weights. That's in those upper weights of wrestling. When you get underneath somebody and sprawl, that's a lot of weight to carry around. That's a lot of strength wasted. So a lot of times in these upper weights, there's a lot of movement, trying to find a good angle.
First period, no score. Leah Brownlee has the option, and we'll see what she's going to do. She did deferred, so the Clarke wrestler, Alvarez, will be on the bottom here to start period number 2. No score. What's Leah trying to do here, Tom?
All right, from that down position, you're trying to knock the opponent off their base. If you think of it like a table, you want to knock one of those legs out from underneath the table. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Clarke wrestler popped up. Now we're wrestling for takedowns again. So,
Yaretsi Alvarez with a 1-0 lead here in period number 2, and Leah's trying to get around her, and she just got a takedown. Hey, great job.
Our first three-point takedown on the air.
So Leah Brownlee with a takedown here. She leads 3-1. And Alvarez doing a good job of really extending her feet and getting an escape there.
Yep.
So it's 3-2.
3-2. We're up. Winterset is up 1. And once again, we're looking to stay in good position, keep our heads up, our elbows down, stay in good stance, good position. encircle and look for that angle to grab that leg.
Coach England urging Leah Brownlee to make a move here. They both have about 35 seconds to go in the period. Tom, they both look a little tired to me.
It being the first match of the season, that doesn't surprise me. It's a long road to hoe when you're trying to get into condition. So,
and good job by Leah again. Boy, she got
for 3.
Yes, she did a great job of getting around Avilés and got the 3-point takedown, and it's a 6-2 Winterset lead for Leah Brownlee.
Looks like we got a half Nelson here trying to get her turned. She's getting out to the side, teeing up, and trying to drive across that. Oh.
Ran out of time, unfortunately, here in period number 2, but Leah Brownlee, a very good second period there, Tom. Couple of takedowns.
That was solid. It was good to see her making that effort, yes.
And Leah's option here in period 3, and I think she's going to go.
She's choosing to go on her feet, both on her feet.
So this is where that 3-point takedown again comes in handy here, because if Avilés gets a takedown,
she's still down 1.
Still down 1, yeah. What's Leah trying to do here, Tom? Looks like she's now Avilés is making a move here.
She needs to get her legs back, do what's called a sprawl. That's where you pop your legs back, get on your toes, put all your weight on the shoulders of your opponent, get that leg away and break the grip.
Minute 20 to go here in period 3. Leah Brownlee with a 6-2 lead for Winterset.
Both of Leah's takedowns so far have been snap downs, and that's where that tie around the neck, and they're snapping them to the mat.
And then you just roll around on top and get control.
Then you spin around, yes. Yep, so I look to see that happen again here pretty quick.
Well, we're under a minute here in period number 3. Coach Doug Heberlin trying to encourage Yoretzi Avilés to take a shot here. Just about 30 seconds to go in period number 3. Leah Brownlee for Winterset with a 6-2 lead. Leah doing a good job of really extending her move back with her legs so that Avilés can't get a hold of her, right?
Yes, and keeping those elbows down and in, which helps block at the shoulders if she does try to move forward. It looks like she's content to hold out for a 6-2 win here in another 4 seconds.
Yep, that's what it's going to be. So good job by Leah Brownlee in that exhibition match. So, like you say, Tom, our first couple of 3-point takedowns on the year go Winterset's way.
You bet. That's exciting to see.
So our next match here will be Jill Newsom for Winterset. Jill is a freshman. It's an exhibition match. Jill is off to a great start. She has a 5-1 record on the year.
Well, that's super.
And she is going up against Maisie Davis. And Maisie is a junior. So be interesting to see how aggressive these two wrestlers are.
Winterset wrestler needs to get her head up. Keep her rear down and her head up so she can help keep that weight off of her shoulders and neck.
Jill Newsom tangled up there with Macy Davis right now for Clarke Community. And a shot right good there effort by Jill Newsom. Boy, that was good, Tom.
Yeah.
To tell the fans how she did that. Now she's almost lost it.
We got a reversal here, I think. No, nothing yet. Both. Oh, good effort. keep moving and keep scrambling and stay behind and keep control.
Yeah, Jill did a good job there. Macy Davis was never able to really get the control for the reversal, was she?
No, she wasn't. Just that constant movement, never giving up, never slowing down.
50 seconds to go here in period number 1. Jill Newsom for Winterset, Macy Davis for Clarke Community. And Jill Newsom with a 3-0 lead.
Jill's doing a good job of staying on her toes and pushing, driving, keeping constant pressure on. What I would like to see her do is less reaching over the top, her arms over the top of her opponent's shoulders. Stay behind the arms and in the armpit area.
She's trying to grab that leg.
Yep.
Trying to kind of flip her over with that, moving that leg in, isn't she? Talk about that a little bit. What is that move called?
Well, what we would typically like to see there would be what's called a tight waist far ankle.
Okay.
And that's where you wrench at the gut and grab that ankle and stay behind those arms like I was talking earlier.
Okay. First period over. Newsom with a 3-0 lead. The option was for Macy Davis, and she deferred. So Jill Newsom for Winterset will be on the bottom here to start period number 2.
All right, now she wants to be explosive off the whistle here.
Trying to stand up. Good job by Davis to keep her down.
Oh, Clarke wrestler's high.
And too high, and there's a reversal. Well done by Jill Newsom right there.
And right into a turn she's attempting here. She's got a half Nelson in.
She leads 5-0. Now the
action stopped.
Officials will stop for a moment. 1 point for the Clarke wrestler Macy Davis. What did Jill do there?
Jill, when she put in her half, she got a hold of the headgear. Got her hands inside the headgear, the straps or the earpiece, and that is against the rules.
Okay. All right. So Jill Newsom back on top here with a 5-1 lead, trying to see if she can turn Macy Davis here and turn it into maybe something more than that.
Yeah.
Good sit out there by Macy Davis. She almost got out of it. Now,
right.
And now
got her in bad position.
Now Jill Newsom may be in a little bit of trouble here. And it's a 2-point reversal for Davis. Go ahead, Tom.
And we got a deep half here by the Clarke wrestler. What the Winterset wrestler needs to do is look away and reach up and peel that half off.
And full Nelson there by Macy Davis. So 1 more point for Jill Newsom. So it's 6-3. With 56 seconds to go here in period number 2. Quite a bit of action in this one so far, Tom.
These lighter weights, they're moving.
Jill trying to sit out there, and she
pop her head out.
She got
there.
it. She did.
She's got to get her head up. There we go.
2-point reversal. Yes.
And right in underneath those arms, driving on her toes, trying to get her turned.
Jill Newsom leads 8-3 here with 35 seconds to go in period number 2. Macy Davis, good job sitting out and getting out of that and gets an escape point.
Both wrestlers are starting to look tired. That early season conditioning's yet to set in.
I hear Jacob talk about, he talked more off mic with me about it than he did actually on the mic, but they had a pretty intense practice yesterday.
Well, it's that time of year where that's important, that every day is harder than the previous day.
And the second period comes to an end here. And Jill Newsom for Winterset has an 8-4 lead.
Carlisle's choice, not Carlisle, Clarke.
And Macy Davis will be on the bottom here for Clarke Community. Todd Guestford and Tom Moss here with you from the competition gym here at Winterset. Great to have Great to have you here tonight, Tom. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
What do we got going on right now?
Right now we're kind of in bad position. We're out too far in front, over the top of the shoulders. All the Clarke's got to do is pop her head out, and we have the one escape.
So that makes it 8-5. That means a takedown here by Clarke could tie this thing up.
Ties the match, makes it go into something. Makes those last minute 24 seconds seem important.
Minute 20 to go here in period 3. Jill Newsom with an 8-5 lead. What a great shot. Tell me about that one, Tom.
Hit right at the ankles, captured both ankles, driving forward at the same time, knocked her to the mat.
3-point takedown for Jill Newsom. She leads 11-5 here with a minute to go in period number 3.
All right. Winterset wrestlers trying for a cradle here. Hopefully she'll get something locked up and be able to turn the Clarke wrestler.
Jill Newsom looking over at her coach, Jacob England, to get some instruction there real quick. Kind of paused for a moment, just said, Coach, what do you want me to do now? And
early in the year, nothing's smooth yet.
She's trying to apply it, though, isn't she?
Yes, she is. Learning on the move.
25 seconds to go in this match. And Jill Newsom with an 11-5 lead over Macy Davis.
Oh,
got her on her back. Got her on her back. We might have our first fall. And there it is.
7 seconds left in the match.
7 seconds to go in the period, in the match. And a fall for Jill Newsom. Boy, she was good. She was aggressive, and like you say, learning on the fly. But she looks like a quick study, Tom.
Yeah. She kept moving, kept looking and listening, and ended up at the end of the match. It showed.
So our next match here is going to be at 125. That's going to be Paige Brockemeyer for Winterset. She's a sophomore. And she is taking on Isabel Hay, who is a sophomore for Clarke Community. So exhibition matches here nonetheless, but two good matches for Winterset so far, Tom.
Yes, it's exciting to see this new rising program take off, and I'm looking forward to seeing Winterset be a powerhouse on both the boys and the girls side of the wrestling mat.
Speaking of the boys, we got word that we're trying to speculate which match was going to go first tonight. It looks like the big showdown between Winterset and Carlisle is leading things off up there in Adel tonight.
Yep, happening first. We can't see the scores from where the source that we're looking at.
Okay.
They should be underway by now.
Well, anybody out there in Adel that's listening to us tonight, trying to track both, if you get some scores, let us know. All right, what's Paige trying to do here,
right,
Tom?
She needs to get her toes out of the mat. As she's driving forward, that's allowing the Clarke wrestler to push in and get to those legs. So she needs to get laces down, as we used to say. And so as the opponent pushes, you slide.
And Isabel Hay for Clarke Community doing a good job of rotating around there, and she got the 3-point takedown.
She did, and she's going for a crossface here. Looks like maybe she's going to try a cradle. Now she's changed off and working a half Nelson. But the Winterset wrestler's kind of balling up underneath and not letting her get underneath her arms.
Paige trying to get out of there, Tom.
Working side to side. Yeah, making an effort. Certainly not only blocking off.
About 7 seconds to go here in period. I believe this is period number 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So 3-0 in favor of Isabel Hay, and it's her option here to in period 2, and she has deferred. So
no, she chose both on her feet.
The Clarke wrestler did?
No, the Winterset wrestling.
Brockemeyer. So,
Brockemeyer.
But Clarke, did they defer? Or did we win? Or did we win?
I think it was our
okay.
turn.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, they both started on their feet here in period 2. And Paige Brockemeyer trailing in this match 3-0. Trying to make a move here, but in a little bit of difficulty, and good job by Isabel Hay to get another takedown.
She gets in on a nice single and gets the takedown. Yes. She's going right to work, trying to get near fall now too.
Isabel Hay is definitely working on top here. We need Paige to get going maybe a little bit on the bottom here right now.
Yep, she needs to get worked up to her base, to her hands and knees, and find a way to get up and out.
Isabel Hay trying to turn her here. Got that arm, but now she's got her. Now she's got her in a near fall position, and it's a pin.
51 seconds left in the second period.
So good job by Isabel Hay for Clarke community. Gets the fall. And our final exhibition match will be Bristol Tadlock, sophomore, 135. And Bristol on the year with a 4-3 record. And she is wrestling against Allison Corona. Allison is a sophomore. Bristol Tadlock, Jacob Eland talking about on Husky Talk Live the other night what a great leader this kid is in the wrestling room. And, of course, we know what a great athlete she is, plays a lot of different sports, softball included, and she's going right to work here, Tom.
She's in there deep on a single leg. She just needs to rotate and get that thing pulled under.
Close to getting a three-point takedown here.
Needs to put that, there we go.
There it is, and good job by Bristol. She gets the takedown to lead 3-0.
Got to jump sides here to make that half Nelson work.
You can just see how athletic she is, just how she moves out there on the mat, can't you?
She is, and the coaches really like her too. I know she won the coaches award last year at the end of the season.
But a good move here by Allison Corona. She got Bristol a little bit of trouble there and gets a reversal.
Right, back to a 1-point match now.
50 seconds to go here in period number 1, our final exhibition match. Bristol Tadlock in front of Allison Corona, 3-2. Corona now trying to turn Bristol here a little bit, but BT is fighting back, and look at this, look at this. A reversal,
straight to the back.
And she's got Corona in trouble. And pinned her, how about that? Wow.
17 seconds left in the first period.
It looked like, it looked like for a second there, Tom, like Bristol was in trouble, and she said she turned that around in a hurry.
Yes, that was exciting exciting reversal there, right straight to the back, and got that fall right on the edge of the mat.
So, good job by sophomore Bristol Tadlock to get that fall. And we'll get ready for our varsity matches here tonight. And as I mentioned, only 4 of them will be happening. We're going to have some, Winterset will have several forfeits go their way tonight, and Clarke County will have 1 forfeit points for them. So as they add that up, I assume they're going to be putting those on the board. But
they should, yes. Yep, all weights should be scored. And Winterset weighed in, it looks like 6 wrestlers on the varsity squad. And Clarke only weighed in 4.
Well, yeah, we only have, I just wrote down the 4 matches that we're going to have. So,
right. Got it.
Winterset has people at these weights. I just didn't have time to write them down. We'll figure it out as they come up. The thing that I don't know, Tom, and I think I understand why they do this, but you can explain it to me. Why they don't always just start at 100 and go all the way down. Sometimes they just kind of. How do they determine and why do they do that as to what weight they're going to start with?
That is drawn by a draw of the dice before the weigh-ins.
Okay.
The coaches come together with the official. The official's got all the weights in a cup.
Just reach in and grab one.
They reach in, grab one, and that's where they start.
Okay.
And the reason for that is so that if, let's say, the home team decides they want to start wrestling at 130 pounds, they can't save their best guys for last or their most favorable point in the lineup. So that's decided by ref on a random draw.
Okay. And as far as who wrestles at what weight, if you're the home team, the visiting team, and maybe I'm way off base on this, but I thought I remembered something where the visiting team declares and the home team can declare last when it comes to lineups. Is that right?
It is rotated every other match.
Okay, all right.
If match 1 is Winterset's choice, match 2 is Clarke's choice.
Okay.
And that allows a certain amount of play and gamesmanship by the coaches.
And that's what,
because you could bump somebody up, you could move, rearrange your lineup.
Yeah, and that's what I was referring to,
Sure.
the gamesmanship a little bit.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, that allows you to say, okay, now they've got a good guy, and maybe we don't want to wrestle that good guy with our good guy. Maybe we want our better guy to move up a weight or move around. And if we were going to lose anyway, let's say that allows us to move to where it's a more favorable lineup. For
right.
us.
I remember some of that. I didn't remember that it was every other. I thought maybe just. I thought maybe the home team had the advantage on that, but that would be kind of unfair if the home team had control of every weight, I guess. So,
right. We got to keep it as even as possible, but that does, you hold back a wrestler and see who they send out if they've got a full lineup. The one thing is you can't wrestle both JV and varsity against the same opponent.
Okay.
So if you are going to sit out, if you're going to, let's say you're 125 pounder, you're going to send your varsity wrestler down to 100 or to 130. Your JV wrestler that also weighed in at 125 can't have wrestled a match earlier in the day.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate all that. We're taking a little break here before the varsity matches begin. As I mentioned, the boys are up in Adel tonight, and the big match. Carlisle ranked 4th in Class 3A. Winterset ranked 10th in Class 2A. That big match is underway up there in Adel right now, and. You know the boys' wrestling program as well, Tom, and Ryan Jensen. They've got some big goals this year, don't they?
They do, and they're excited to get kicked off too, and to start the year on such a big note is exciting for them. Especially if they bring home the W tonight. Yeah,
well, you take on both teams, Carlisle and Winterset. They both have rated wrestlers. See how the gamesmanship plays out tonight, but that's you got to kind of know where you are after tonight a little bit, aren't you?
Right.
All right. Well, the varsity wrestlers are back out here for both teams, and we will find out.
105 pounds, Ainsley McLaren. For Clarke and Silva, they're open. 110, both teams are open. At 115, Ellie Michelson.
Ellie Michelson for Winterset at 115 against Maisie Davis.
140 pounds for Winterset, Jill Newsom. Clarke is open. 125 pounds for Winterset, Lily Reiner.
Lily Reiner's going to wrestle at 125 tonight. She's 4-2 on the year. Going to take on Isabel Hay. That'll be at 125. Bristol Tadlock will have a forfeit win at 130.
For Winterset, Michaela Stanley.
Michaela Stanley will wrestle for the Huskies. She's a freshman. She'll wrestle at 135 against Allison Corona.
Clarke is open. 145 pounds for Winterset, Autumn Schwabe.
Autumn Schwabe at 145. Montana Mitchell wrestling at 140, but she won't be wrestling as Clarke has a nobody at that weight. They're just introducing the 155 Lucy Cook for Winterset. 170 Leah Brownlee. And then our 190 match, that'll be an interesting one tonight, Tom. Stella Evans and Janelle Salinas for Clarke Community. So, and then 235 for Clarke there. Mallory Tidman, that'll be a forfeit win for Clarke. And before we go any further, we're going to pause and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem here from the competition gym here at Winterset High School. And we are moments away from getting this varsity match started.
Looks like we're kicking off at 1:15 tonight.
Okay, so they did start at the top.
Yep.
Tonight's match is starting at 100 pounds. Both teams are open at 100 pounds. Go to 105.
Ainsley McLaren.
Checking in for Winterset, 105 pounds. Ainsley McLaren.
And Clarke Community does not have a wrestler at that weight, so it is a win for Winterset. So
Teams are open at 110 pounds. Our first match of the evening, 115 pounds.
So I think we're ready to get going here at 115. And it will be Ellie Michelson, the freshman for Winterset. This is her first varsity match tonight. So against Macy Davis.
It'll be exciting to see her kick off here. I know, those first opening match jitters are certainly hard on folks, and we'll see how she adapts to that.
Well, she is attacking. She's going right at Macy Davis, kind of chasing her around the mat a little bit right now.
Yes.
You like that?
I do like to see that action. Pushing in, staying in good position. She's holding a good stance, keeping her hands out in front where she can use them to block if she needs to. and circling, looking for action. There's a nice shot to a double.
Oh, but good.
Clarke sprawls nicely and has the advantage right now.
Yeah, good counter there by Macy Davis, and she gives Clarke Community a 3-0 lead in this match. So what is Ellie? What's she working on here, Tom?
Our wrestler should be working on getting her up to her base, hands and knees, a position to be able to escape. When you're laying flat on the mat, it's hard to really gain an advantage.
And trying to turn her there on the edge of the mat is
got a good bridge there.
Ellie Michelson. And, that was Macy Davis trying to turn Ellie Michelson. Ellie did a good job of getting out of that, Tom. That was trouble.
Looks like after a hold of 4 seconds, she's managed to get herself back to relative safety.
But Davis did get a 4-point near fall there.
That puts the Clarke wrestler up 7-0 with 18 seconds left in the first period.
Be nice to see Ellie get an escape here before.
Yep, nice switch coming around.
Hey, that's even better. How about a reversal? Yeah. That's even better. It's 7-2. The final seconds here of period number 1. So I was hoping for an escape, but I'll take the extra point. Good job by Ellie right there.
Yes. Yeah, we'll go into the second period with Clarke up 7-2.
And I think Clarke won the toss there and deferred, so Ellie Michelson, Ellie Michelson's going to be on the bottom here to start period 2.
Looks like a caution for illegal hand placement on the belly.
Ellie Michelson doing a good job of getting to her base there, Tom.
Good job. Escape for 1.
And gets an escape. It's 7-3. Well, she's aggressive, man. She is chasing Macy Davis all over the mat out there, Tom. I love it.
Yep.
And Rich Power says, hey, let's get back to the middle of the mat and a little less hand fighting, a little more wrestling there.
Yeah. I sure like that we've got the Clarke wrestler on her heels backing up. Oh.
A shot attempt there by Ellie.
Got herself laid out flat again, which is not favorable for her. Hopefully she can hold that leg for a stalemate.
Nope. And not able to do so, and Macy Davis gets the takedown, and she has a 10-3 lead here with just about a minute to go in period number 2. Ellie was on all fours there for a moment, Tom, and then
work her way back up, come to her feet, or at least move forward, make some motion here.
Good job.
Got an escape.
10-4. 35 seconds to go in the period.
She needs to start looking for angles here so she can get into the legs, get more quality shot, not get so stretched out like she has her last 2 shot attempts that cost her takedowns.
18 seconds to go. It's 10-4. Ellie Michelson and Macy Davis. And Ellie is trying. She's trying to get in there. Another shot.
Got a leg.
But ran out of time here in the second period. So Ellie Michelson down 10-4. And she'll be on top here to start period number 3. What do we want out of this situation? Now, obviously, we want to get her on her back if we can, but
Right
how's the best
we
way
want to stay behind the arms. We want to jam forward, get all the weight on her legs, knock one leg out of her table right there so she falls down. There we go.
Ellie Michelson trying to get Macy Davis on her back, get some near fall points here, and get back in this match. She trails 10-4 with 1:35 to go in period number 3.
She's got herself overstretched a little far out front right now. Hopefully she can get herself back behind.
But a good job by Macy Davis there, Tom. What'd she do? She's able to get a reverse. Now she's got Ellie in trouble.
She's got the Winterset wrestler got too far out front.
And pins her.
Unfortunately, with
minute 10.
50 seconds left in the third, we get the fall.
So a fall for Macy Davis with 1:10 to go in
the third period.
In period number 3. And that makes it a 6-6 team score here. But I would say a good debut for Ellie Michelson. She was aggressive out there.
She showed that she's got some stuff to work with, for sure.
Taking in 120 pounds for Winterset, Jill Newsom.
Jill Newsom with a forfeit win for Winterset at 120. And that sets us up for our next match we're going to have here at 125. Lily Reinard for Winterset, the sophomore, 4-2 on the year. And she is taking on Isabel Hay, a sophomore as well.
Checking in 125 pounds from Clarke, Isabel Hay.
Lily
Lily
Reinard, another kid that Jacob England's been talking about. He really likes how this kid has been working in practice.
She's got a motor that doesn't stop. She's always at it and always going.
So here we go, 125. Reinard and Hay. Both wrestlers just kind of trying to feel each other out here a little bit and see where the opportunity is going to be, right?
Trying to find that corner where you've got an opening to get in without carrying all your opponent's weight. Yes.
See, that's the technical way of saying it, Tom. I'm just saying, hey, we're just trying to figure it out out there.
Yeah, we are. We're looking for an opening.
But that's why you're here, sir, for the technical stuff. So.
Yeah.
Lily Reinert trying to maneuver around here, but getting a pretty good fight from Isabel Hay, Clarke Community Schools.
Both wrestlers are staying in a really good position here. We got a shot from the Clarke wrestler, single leg attempt. We've got a good sprawl by the Winterset wrestler. She needs to be sure that she's not driving her hips into the Clarke wrestler.
Yeah, they're kind of stalemating it right now.
Yeah.
Lily really doing a good job of keeping her legs away, right? So.
Yeah. Yep. There you want to have those laces on the mat so you're sliding. If your toes are buried, the opponent can drive in and get that leg. There you go.
And good job, Lily, listening to Jacob and the guy and the coaches over there, and told her what to do, and she executed it and got the takedown.
As soon as she put those laces to the mat, the Clarke wrestler collapsed because she was carrying all her weight.
So good first period there for Lily Reinard. She has a 3-0 lead. And it is Clarke option here in period 2.
And they chose down.
The next thing they'll come up with, well, maybe not, Tom, but, writing time in high school. You think that'll ever happen?
Now with the change in the near fall and the takedown, I think that that's certainly a possibility. I mean, that allows you to one more way if you're doing well from the top position to score. If you're holding that advantage. Looks like maybe we got a little blood down there on the mat.
Okay.
Trying to get somebody doctored up.
All righty. Well, I'm looking over here at my partner, Alan Hansen, seeing if maybe Alan was trying to, if Alan had a Winterset Carlisle match score by chance from Adele. Okay. All right. Back to the action here at the competition gym. 125, Lily Reinert and Isabel Hay. And Lily Reinert on top with a 3-0 lead for Winterset here in period 2. It looks like a half Nelson here,
yep.
Tom. But good job by Hay to get out of it and get the escape.
We'd like to see that half Nelson put in when she's broke down onto her stomach. Unfortunately, she threw it in while she was up on her base, and the Clarke wrestler just stands up and comes out of it.
So Reinert with a 3-1 lead here with 1:12 to go in period number 2. And
there's a good little snap down. Come around for points.
And she got it. Good job, Lily Reinert. She was high for a minute there, Tom, but she
settled in.
She got
did
situated
her thing, yes.
and got the job done. Lily with another takedown. She leads 6-1 here. 42 seconds to go in period number 3.
Coach is instructing her throwing a power half. Let's see if she catches the message.
Jacob's over there with his assistant coach trying to show Lily what he wants her to do.
Well, that's part of learning on the go here in the first parts of the season. Nobody's as sharp as you'd like them to be.
Good job by Hay to get an escape. Then she makes a shot on Reinert right away and gets a takedown. Wow, what a big change of events there.
Yeah.
It's a 6-5 match as period number 2. Did they give her the 3-point takedown? I think they did. They haven't put it up on the board yet.
There it is.
So, wow, good job by Isabel Hay there. A late run from her, an escape, and then a takedown to make it a 1-point match.
A lot of action here in this match. It's not good to see.
So we got 2 minutes of excitement coming up here in period number 3. And the two wrestlers start on their feet here. Lily Reinert with a 6-5 lead for Winterset. Hay trying to make another move here, Tom.
Leg. She's circling, trying to get something here. Reinert does a good job of sprawling.
Did she get it? She did, yes. And I think there might be blood again. I think Lily got the takedown before they stopped it, though. And
did signal it.
So it's 9-5.
I'm sure coach is over there is instructing her right now to never stop the match until the ref blows the whistle. Looks like we're maybe cleaning up some blood on the mat, as well as on the Clarke wrestler.
I'm trying to text some of the few friends in the world that I have, Tom, that might be down and up in Adele, and see if we can get a score on the big match down there going on with Carlisle right now.
As am I.
So we have a stoppage here while they take care of Isabel Hay. And we are ready to go. Lily Reinert with a 9-5 lead. And she is on top here with 1:37 to go in period number 3.
Just been warned for having her hand needs to grasp that elbow. Doing a good job of driving with her legs. Needs to stay behind, stay in better position. She's got a good sprawl. Hopefully she can get this leg back and get back behind where she can preserve the points.
Yeah, Hay had her in trouble there for a second, Tom, but but she spun around and kept control.
She just kept working, yes. Okay, so they awarded an escape to the Clarke wrestler, and we're going to start on her feet.
9-6. Lily Reinert of Winterset leads here with 1:10 to go in this match.
A minute left in the third. We've got a snap down attempt.
Oh, great move, and she got Hay in trouble.
We're getting
on her back.
Points here.
Got her in trouble and trying to get a fall, and she does.
48 seconds left in the third.
What a job by Lily Reinert right there, the sophomore.
Good work.
Man, talk about that move, Tom. It was quick, and it was, man,
right.
And she had her right where she wanted her.
Yeah, she got that little snap down. Clarke wrestler got her head lower than her. When she popped it back up, she threw a headlock and grabbed it. Took her right to her shoulders.
Bristol Tadlock with a 4-foot win at 130. So our third of our 4 actual matches we'll have at the varsity level tonight coming up right now at 135. Michaela Stanley, the freshman for Winterset. She is looking for her first win of the year. She's 0-6. And she's taking on Allison Corona, who is a sophomore. Winterset leads in the match 24-6 overall points. We're underway here at 135. Jayla Stanley trying to make a move here on
into
Corona.
A single leg attempt. Just continuing to drive.
But Corona countered pretty well and has her in trouble and gets a 3-point takedown. That was good work by Corona right there, wasn't it, Tom?
It absolutely was. And she's got her maybe in a bit of trouble here too. If she can get her knocked over. There you go.
Got her. Rolled her over on her back for just a second, but no near fall points.
2 near fall.
Or no, they gave her 2 near fall points.
Score is now 5-1.
And then an escape for Stanley. If he did this twice, I didn't see it. Sometimes,
yeah,
that's hard for the officials. Sometimes they don't have.
Transitioning.
Yeah,
transitioning from your feet to the mat. In your head, you're counting it already. But it doesn't always show up on the mat as a full swipe by the time you get there.
Well, these officials in wrestling, I'll tell you. Well, all your basketball, all your officials have to be in pretty good shape, and especially in wrestling when you're on the ground and all. You're like you say, you're transitioning. Yes. Yeah. I think Michaela Stanley with some.
Maybe got a little blood on her
blood
arm,
issues perhaps here. The trainer helps her out with that. Looks like a little bit of a bloody nose. Minute to go here in period number 1. And Allison Corona leads Winterset's Michaela Stanley by score 5-1. But Michaela trying to make a move here on the edge of the mat. And what do we have? We have a full Nelson and a 1 point for Allison Corona. And Corona may be shaken up here a little bit. I didn't see the full Nelson, but I saw Michaela over there. She was trying to make a move to get her rolled over there, Tom.
It was a bit of an awkward scramble to get down to the mat level, but once you got there, she was going for that turn.
So Allison Corona is a little shaken up here. The trainers.
Looks like maybe they're looking at ribs.
Yes. And hopefully she's okay and can continue. We're going to have some boys home matches coming up next week here on the W Digital Network. And Allison Corona says she's okay, ready to go. So we continue here with 45 seconds to go in period number 1. And Corona of Clarke Community leading Michaela Stanley of Winterset by the score of 6-1. Now Michaela trying to make a move here, Tom, and
Switch
she
from a
got
single
it
to a
done.
double, got the takedown.
That was solid right there.
That was good effort to move from that single leg to the double when that opening arose, and it paid off.
And Michaela trying to see if she can get Allison Corona in a little bit of more trouble here.
We're at matches at 4-6 right now in favor of the Clarke wrestler.
Final seconds here of period number 2. And Stanley kind of let her out there at the end of that period. I would have tried to hang on a little bit longer, not give up that point.
I think she got confused as to where we're at in the match.
So Allison Corona gets an escape point there to end period number 2, and she now leads Michaela Stanley by the score of 7-4 as we start the final 2 minutes of this one. And Stanley will be on top here and tries to roll her right away, but Corona got out of it. Now,
Hopefully she can hold her there on her back.
Michaela Stanley with a good move right there. Got Corona in a little bit of trouble. She's on her back.
Hope she gets on her toes. Get all her weight on top of her.
Should get some near fall points there. Trying to see if she can get the pin. Now Corona rolls back onto her stomach, but a 4-point near fall. And that puts Michaela Stanley on top 8-7 here with 1:20 to go. Now we gotta hang on. Oh, and a reversal for Corona. Michaela kind of let her go for a second there. And did she get pinned?
Costing her the match, yes.
Wow. What happened there? Looked like
I'm not sure
what
happened.
She let up
like
for a second.
Yeah, looked like she thought that she needed to stop the action. And that's where we just want to keep working.
So Allison Corona gets the pin with 1:08 to go in period number 3. Montana Mitchell with a 4-foot win for Winterset at 140. Autumn Schwabe set to come out. She'll get a 4-foot win. She'll get the 4-foot win at 145. 155, Lucy Cook will come out, and she will be announced as a 4-foot winner for the Huskies at 155.
Taking in at 155 pounds for the Huskies, Lucy Cook.
That makes the overall score right now 42-12 in favor of Winterset. At 170 is Leah Brownlee.
Taking in at 170 pounds for the Huskies, Leah Brownlee.
Leah had a good solid win earlier tonight in an exhibition match.
190 pounders, check in.
And time for our 190-pound match, which will be our final match of the evening, because Clarke will have a 4-foot win at 235.
190 pounds, Nella Salinas for the Huskies, Stella Evans.
Stella Evans, a sophomore, 1-6 on the year, will wrestle for the Huskies at 190. And she'll go up against Janelle Salinas. And Janelle is a senior for Clarke Community.
Doing a good job of staying in good position. Oh, there she's got a sag back. There we go. Good job.
Look at that. That worked out well. I thought she was in trouble for a minute there, Tom.
It certainly can be if you don't counter right. And she lowered her level good and made that weight hard to load up on her hip and ended up with the takedown.
But Salinas gets a reversal for Clarke Community and then gets an escape. Or no, it was, it was Stella that got the escape. So
yes.
It's 4-2. My apologies there. 4-2, Winterset on top here. Stella Evans over Janelle Salinas. The two wrestlers on their feet right now, trying to make a move. And Stella looks a lot more aggressive than, well, as soon as I say that, then
get caught in a headlock.
Janelle Salinas with a big move for Clarke Community here. She got Stella Evans in trouble on her back with 30 seconds to go in the period. Stella trying to stay off her back here, but it's going to be near fall points, and it turns out to be a pin.
18 seconds left in the first period.
So Janelle Salinas with a pin for Clarke Community. That makes it 48-18. And then the Indians will have a forfeit win at 2:35. And that should make our final score
48-24.
48-24. Winterset wins it here tonight. So overall, Tom, how'd you think we wrestled tonight?
Well, I thought there was several pauses in the middle of matches that I would have liked to have not seen. So Coach England will be instructing his wrestlers to stay busy on the mat until you hear the whistle blow. I also saw, several wrestlers get out in front where they got themselves in trouble when they were on the top position. They need to stay back behind those arms and keep working on arms and legs from behind instead of in front of the wrestler.
All right.
We look good and aggressive on our feet.
Yes.
So.
Yep. At points, at points we were kind of chasing them on the mat a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
I remember Ellie Michelson did that a lot tonight.
Right. We had a couple of wrestlers that were almost too aggressive to a fault. Got themselves overextended trying to chase that wrestler rather than methodically working to get the takedown. So.
Well, the one thing I didn't do tonight, I didn't ask. I wanted to tell Coach England to come up here and talk to us after it's over, but he's in the center of the mat out there talking to the Clarke coaches, so we're probably not going to be able to get him up here unless we can wave him down.
If you can talk neutral for a second, I'll go grab him.
Yeah, that'd be great. Tom, if you could go grab him, get Coach England up here real quick. And so we got some junior high matches going on here. We'll try to get Coach England up and talk to us here a little bit after the match. Winterset wins it tonight 48-24. And we're hoping that things are going well up in Adel tonight as the Huskies are in that big triangular match tonight with with ADM and Carlisle. Well, hey, Tom, hang out for just a second, okay? We got Coach England up here now, and Jacob, congratulations. What'd you think? I thought we thought you had some kids that were really aggressive, especially on their feet tonight. But what'd you think overall?
Yeah, absolutely. I was really impressed. There were some wrestlers that really proved to themselves and to the whole entire Winterset community that, hey, we're here and we're going to make some noise. We've had some really tough practices, but my goodness, they've stepped up and they've really, stepped into the challenge that they needed to, and we're really impressed by them. I mean, of course, we've got some stuff to work on, but my goodness, this was a great matches going out here.
Well, with the exhibition matches, we'll start with those a little bit. I thought Leah Brownlee looked good in her match.
Yes, absolutely.
And she won, and Jill Newsom looked really good. That was a kind of a back and forth match, and she turned that into a fall. How about that?
Absolutely. I mean, Jill Newsom has a crazy amount of motor, and she is an ultra powerful girl. Like I said, she's extremely raw, but we fine-tuned some things, and my goodness, she's going to make some noise in regionals.
Bristol Tadlock, you just see what an athlete she is out
Absolutely.
there. She turned Matt. She got a fall late in the first period of that match tonight, and really, she couple moments there that were a little scary, but boy, she kind of grinded and got a fall there. Good job by her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first year Bristol, I don't know if she would have pulled that off, but this year's Bristol, my goodness, she's really falling into herself and really finding who she really is and what type of wrestler she is and what style she is. And I've really challenged her to be a leader in our group, and my goodness, has she stepped up and become one.
What'd you think of Paige Brockemeyer's performance? She got pinned there in the second period, but she was she was trying to be aggressive as well. What'd you think?
Well, Isabel Hay is one heck of a wrestler, I'll give you that, and I was really impressed with Paige Brockemeyer. I think it won't be the last time you won't hear her name. We've got some great plans going on, especially with the weights. But, for her to go out there, she's been having a little bit of knee issues, but we've been really working with her, and she's been one of our steadfast girls that have gone into the room in the summer, and really it's been paying dividends, especially from last year to this year. You can really tell a difference.
All right, and we touched on Leah Brownlee, but we really didn't talk about her match too much. What'd you think? What'd you think of Leah's performance tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. What a tough performance by her. I mean, there were some tricky moments there where I didn't know what was going to happen, but for the most part, she took control of that match and she started finding her niche. The shuck bys, the getting, right in there, keeping their girl down, trying to keep it a good match, and she did. She really pushed the pace for that girl. I was really impressed by her.
Your varsity matches tonight, Ellie Michelson with her first varsity match, and Tom was talking about how she was really chasing Macy Davis around the mat there, and just ran into a little bit of trouble in the third period. But what'd you think? I thought it was a pretty good first performance for her.
Absolutely, her shots are absolutely beautiful. We just got to learn how to finish them. Of course, we'll find that in the wrestling room tomorrow. But her shots are absolutely beautiful. She just took a little bit of too much of a diving shot rather than sweeping back up and on her feet. But, that's all coachable. That's all, going back into the wrestling room and teaching a little more of her technique and how we can improve that.
How good was Lily Reinert tonight, Jacob? She looked pretty good.
Last year, she lost to Isabel Hay. This year, she really found herself. That was a match that both Coach and she's been in the wrestling room staying after 30 minutes each night, and we've been really, really challenging her. We know how good of a wrestler she is, and tonight she really found out how she could take control of a match and not only win it, but get a pin out of that.
All right, and then Michaela, she battled as well, and there were some moments in that match where you could see some growth with her a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Week 1, Michaela wouldn't have gotten to the positions that she would have, today. And so, seeing that type of change with the girls is just incredible. Michaela was doing great. I don't know what happened at the last part, but
it looked like she let up for a second there or something on that pin. I didn't. Does she think the time was out, or she kind of took her hands off the wrestler? I don't know.
I don't know what happened there. I'll be quite honest with you, but
that's what it looked like to me, Coach. I don't know. And
I didn't get an explanation when she ran off. I don't know if she wasn't feeling good or if she was just distracted for a moment. But I'm sure that she's just fine. And but one thing that she did was taking shots. I wanted her to start taking shots, and she started taking some beautiful shots. And that's been with all the roster. The roster has been a little bit timid taking shots, and I saw that there was a lot more shots taken than previous weeks. So really impressed by them.
And then Stella at 190, what'd you think? That was, that was a little bit back and forth in that period, wasn't it?
So Stella's actually giving up about 25 pounds. So both Leah and Stella are around the 170-pound group. But there has been some really, really intense battles between Leah and Stella in wrestle-offs, and Stella hasn't got the hasn't got the wrestle-off win yet, but she's battling awfully hard, and she's learning. I mean, my goodness, Stella Evans has hardly stepped in the room, and week 1, she wouldn't have been able to defend that first throw. The second one got her, though. I think it was come by surprise throw, but the first one I was actually extremely happy with. Like I said, just some tweaks for her, some things that we can do to help her out, especially battling with that weight deficiency. But that's okay. I want my girls to battle. That's my whole point when I put a girl on the mat. I don't care what you weigh. I don't care if you have 0 years of experience or 10 years of experience. I always want them to go out there and compete and go to 100% of their ability.
All right, well, I know you know this guy to your right here. I know you know him pretty well. So
yes, I do.
He did a, boy, I'll tell you what, Jacob, he did a heck of a good job up here tonight. He really did. So
I'm not surprised. Tom Moss is a heck of a guy and heck of a coach. If you guys didn't know, he coached me in high school, and
he told us, yes.
Yeah. I hope he didn't tell you too many stories. And I think one of the greatest things that Tom did was challenge me mentally. I mean, physically, Tom could tell you I could probably compete with most people when I was in high school. Not now, but back in high school, I was pretty top in shape, but mentally I don't think I was quite as good. But Tom really challenged us mentally. One thing that he did I thought was incredible, and he went and beginning of the season he had a goal sheet, and he asked us what our goals were going to be, and so we wrote it down. And at first I thought it was a joke. I said whatever, I just wrote my stuff down, and they were the goals that I wanted, but I didn't really think of it. But then he made us post it into our boys' locker room, actual locker. He says, every time you go open that locker up, I want you to see this goal, and I want you to see how you can achieve it. And the more I started looking at it, the more I saw that it really pushed me. So, that was something I can tell you for sure. Tom has really, really developed not only me as a wrestler, but many others as well. So all hats off goes to Tom Moss there.
All right, well, Coach, good job tonight. Congratulations. This was fun. Enjoyed it. So
absolutely. Thank you so much for coming here and being a part of girls wrestling. I hope you're here more often.
All right. Okay, I'm going to have you hand that headset off to Mr. Moss, and we'll wrap it up here. And thank you, Coach. And
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes. All right. And get some final words from you here, Tom, and we'll wrap it up real quick.
All right. Well, I think as Jacob mentioned, we've got a lot of things to build on here. We've got a good base. We've got ladies out there on the mat that want to be on the mat. They're wrestling hard. They're giving good effort. And I'm excited to see where they build as the season progresses.
All right, well, Tom, thank you so much. You did a great job tonight. Great job. Appreciate it. That's going to wrap it up here tonight. Our thanks to Alan Hansen for all the great pictures. Our thanks to Jacob England for his time, and Tom Moss doing a great job for us up here in the booth. Winterset defeats Clarke Community tonight in girls wrestling by the score of 48-24. For everyone involved, Todd Guestford saying thanks for watching and good night from the competition gym here at Winterset. This has been Winterset Girls Wrestling on the W Digital Network.